beauty tutorial from a shoot that we done yesterday. It's a beautiful model. Came down when the shoot for a birthday. We said, why not? Let's do it. Haven't shot in the studio for a little while, so it was kind of good to, you know, get the cobwebs off. And I really wanted to test some of the new features in Photoshop because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually, um, you know, shot and then edited. So I'm going to do this hopefully in less than 20 minutes or 15 minutes. It's 20 past 3 now. Let's rock and roll. Let's do some of it. Got a new mouse, so you have to bear with me if I'm trying to get things working. It's not so quick. So as usual, frequency separation, hit a 4 because what we're going to do is the skin here. And usually I do the evening of the skin with the mixture brush second, but with one of the new features I've heard, it's better to do it first. So even the skin out first, you know, and what we're just going to do is even the skin tones out because, you know, with brown skin, black skin, whichever you want to call it, of which I am that persuasion, we are not just one color. So we have parts that are darker, parts that are lighter, and what we're going to do is just make them more even on the model here. So we're going to blend and just move it so the colors blend in slightly a bit better. You know, makeup was pretty flawless anyway, so I don't have to do much on this one, to be honest. Great model, great family, beautiful family came down. Like I said, 3 of them, husband, wife, and baby, and we had a good old time at this shoot. So just gonna make sure around here is a little bit even. You know, we're gonna go with the shoulders, and we try not to take too much from one color to the other. We just try and blend them in. So it's like mixing, like a DJ would blend one song to another. We're blending one tone of skin to another, just making it all even. Yeah, I try to make it as natural as possible. I don't like to kind of change people, but you know, we just want to bring out the natural evenness of the skin. I don't call them distraction. People call them distraction, blemishes and stuff. I just put uneven areas, you know, so we're just making it smooth because social media tells us we've got to be perfect all the time now, doesn't it? So, but we're going to do what we can. And like I said, this is actually, look, 2 minutes already. I've spent way too long on this little section. And you're going to see less than 15 minutes and I'm going to try and get it pretty much perfect. So one of the new features I'm going to use is going to come up shortly now. So here we've done all the coloring. That looks cool for me, like a 2 minute one. And then we're going to go high. Now this is one of the new things. I'll say higher on the frequency separation layer. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to fix these parts, which I think need a little bit of touch up, you know, just for, like I said, just for social media purposes, usually, without changing the actual person too much. And here's where we're gonna, you'll see the big difference in a minute. I know some people have gone over to other software providers, but because I learned in Photoshop and I learned by using the actions, you know, making your own actions before AI came along and made things very easy for some. You know, if they want to do it that way, you can. I'm not looking down on anybody. This is the way I just do it. Well, I have been doing it. I'm making one little change. I'll show you where I'm going to use the AI in a minute. You'll see it come up. I used it for the first time today. I thought, ooh, that was all right. Let me try again. So as you can see up here, I've done 2 others prior to this. And these are different things. I mean, it just makes it a little bit quicker, if I'm honest. It does pretty much the same thing that we know it done before. It just makes it a little bit quicker. I'm going to remove this part from the neck here. The hairline, you know, we're just going to, and as you can see, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see here, it doesn't really have to be perfect. I'm just gonna draw across here and then up, like I said, on the hairline. That pretty much looks like all of it. A few more. I keep forgetting, I just said I'm gonna do this in less than 15 minutes, didn't I? So cool. All right, we'll stick with that. This little section here, little section here, this little piece here. We're gonna right click, generative fill, generate. And we wait a couple of seconds. This is real time, as you guys can see. This is real time as well. So just on the face, because I don't want you to think, oh, he's cheating, he's doing this, and he done it another time. Nope. Check the time out. Boom, done. Look at that. It's ridiculous. AI is unreal. From this to this, and as you can see, we didn't really do a lot. We just made areas like here more natural as they would be. You know, evened out the skin tones and blemishes, and because this is less than, you know, 15 minutes, that's the hardest part done. Just like that. How easy was that? Lovely. Some people move it into, like I said, other software and maintain the hair on there because I wanted to keep that. Cool. From there, I usually do my eyebrows and lashes. So I'll change that to the brush. My eyebrows, I darken the eyebrows. You know, get them a little bit more pronounced. So I'll take it down, you know, to about 30%. Always check. I don't know if you can see the difference there. Very nice. When I go crazy, I draw all the eyelashes on as well, so they really pop. But I mean, come on, might as well just for. Now you'll have your ways of doing this. Everybody has their ways, but this is the mugshot way. This is what we do here. We're just drawing over and highlighting the black on them. Like I said, I got this mouse, and I'm not 100% sure on what does what I press. So cool. You'll see that the eyes and the eyelashes. I'll bring that down just a little touch. Yeah, a little bit more pronounced, you'll see. Um, Let me give a little bit of eye whitening, although her eyes are really white anyway. Just again, brush over. And there is no right way, white way, right way, or wrong way of how you do your eyes. I just do it this way because it pops for me, works for me. I do that. Teeth as well. Not really, don't have to do teeth this one. And then again, bring down the opacity so you get her natural eyes with a little bit of a touch. So yeah, just stands out a little bit. We'll go in and out. Next we do eye overlay, just to bring a little bit of light to the eyes. Nothing too much. You know, it just shows up those reflections. Didn't really put a catch light in it, but it did catch the light, so you can see. Yep. Let's see. Now we do dodge hair, burn hair. Right, let's do some dodging and burning of the hair because there's not a lot of body. So let's start with the dodge hair. So we're gonna lighten the white parts, the light parts. So over here, it's light. You know, there's parts there that are lighter. You see what I mean? Dark, light, dark, light here, light here, here, here. So where the light has been catching it, what we're doing for time, 29, 9 minutes, 5 minutes left. You know, some little parts, some little strands here. Again, bring that down to about 30%, 21, 27. Don't want it too light. And then we burn the hair. So like we said, dodge and burn, dark parts. And this what's really gives it some depth, gives it some bounce. Makes it almost like 3D effect. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done one of these videos. Hope I'm entertaining you guys. Any comments, questions, you know where to put them. You can see the work on mugshots.ph on Instagram. Has a lot of stuff. Or just right here on this channel. So I tend to burn that part here. and then give me some strands. And we will again bring this all the way down. Like I said, we just want to highlight, so I might take out a little bit of this part because there's too much of a, yeah, make it a little bit more natural there. Cool. So what we're doing after there, hair cleanup. So just clean up some strands around the hair. I use the healing brush tool or clone stamp and just take some of the white background and just go over here. I really should change the size of the brush, but I'm just trying to do this all within 15 minutes. Here wasn't too bad. And we kind of like the messy look as well, so that's what we're going for. It's not got to be perfect. It's got to be more Marilyn Monroe type. So I'm going to hue saturation layer. I like the yellow. The yellow of the nails is phenomenal. So we're going to brighten that a bit, add some more saturation to that, make them really pop. Command I. So we invert that layer. It only applies now to where we paint. I'm just going to paint over the nails so they really stand out. I'm going to, I've got one that says tattoos, and that's just a basically black. So we're going to darken some of this here. So as you can see, that strap now becomes darker. Good. That's looking really nice. Remember, this is what we started with. Oh, wrong button there. That's what we started with. Where's Alt? So we started with. Yep. So a lot of it is just changing the color, and as you can see, the one is the hairline is the main one. 31 minutes, 31. So 11 minutes. So we can burn close. So I'll zoom out now. Burn close. So again, just like how we did on the skin. Let's put that all the way back up here. Burn close with brush. Now, I'm supposed to be wearing my glasses as well for this. Yeah, Father Time has come up and said I gotta wear glasses, so. But I'm just gonna go over the dark areas. Areas that I think should be a bit darker. Not working, so we're gonna go here. Now, it should work out a bit nicer. Just went around that area darker. Darker areas, as you can see, the clothes naturally have some parts that are darker, like creases. Creases tend to have some darker areas. Actually, I'm going to make this whole part here darker. Down here is darker. Down here. Again, we'll blend it in. And then I will dodge some areas. So the lighter parts go over. Those are smaller parts usually. Again, around creases. So that area is lighter. This area, this area, this area, this area. Boom. And up there, it's part of the watch. And then we're going to bring it down around 30-40%. Cool, and that's pretty much it. Face exposure, so I have another preset just to add a tiny bit of exposure to the face. Not that this one needs it a lot though, but it usually just gives it that little glow. I'll go for 0.8 to maybe 0.05. I don't want it too glowy. You'll see, hopefully you can see the difference ever so. If you look around this area here, you'll see it changing just subtly. And this is how I do a really quick beauty edit. That's how I do it. So maybe the only other thing I might do is ooh, select color. Is it select color I'd go for? Blacks, select color? Yeah. So I'd make the blacks so you can go all the way down there, or you could just bring it up a touch for maybe the 4. Command I, invert, W. I've got shortcuts, so when I say Command I and W and stuff like that, that's specific to my shortcuts that I set up, but it's a quick selection tool or object selection. Command I, and that's what I do. So I'd maybe even bring it down because maybe it's still a bit too dark. Maybe a 3, maybe a 3 there. Command D, and that's how I would do that one. And that's with 1 minute to spare. So from here to here in less than 15 minutes. Really quick. you know, using a little bit of AI in there, only on the face. So let me know what you want to think, what you guys think, what you thought of it. And this is mugshots. I'm probably going to put up some BTS so you can see what the setup was for this shoot as well. Have a good one. Please like, please subscribe, follow the model as well.